ओम ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। वक्रतुंड महाकाय कोटि सूर्य समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। हरि ओम। Am I audible? So I am not as a good teacher as Krishnan ji. So probably your Prarabdha has forced you to listen to me. I don't know. So we will start today's session. I will continue from where Krishnan ji has left. But before I take the topic, some small points, and let's recap what is done so far. Okay, little bit. So last week we were discussing about the puja by Purohit, and there are a lot of points were raised, good points. See, for everything in life we do something called due diligence. Like we buy a sofa, we visit 10 sofa shops and we find out the best sofa. Same goes for TV, same goes for fridge, same goes for everything. Same way, what I request you, you do the due diligence on Purohit. Which Purohit is very sincere, very honest, dharmic. Once you do the due diligence, then listen to what the Purohit says. If the Purohit is corrupt, I agree. Do not listen to the Purohit. But if the Purohit is not corrupt and is dharmic and is living a good dharmic life, please listen to him, because we need one Purohit to do all our necessary karmas and samskaras. So this was the point I want to make. Since I am from the field of finance, so I'll be mentioning a lot of financial angle also. So that is also your prarabdha, what to do. So first session Krishnanji took, or rather this teaching is from Tattvabodha. Krishnanji must have told you, and you should remember now, it is only 3 or 4th week back. What happens when you read any scripture, we are not able to understand. Why? Because we do not know the technical terms. For any field of study, if you do not aware of the technical terms, you will never understand that field of study. So that problem we all face. So every field of study, engineering, finance, accounting, management, you take. So there are some technical jargons are there. Unless one has complete, clear understanding of those jargons, one cannot be expert or one cannot understand that field of study. So what Adi Shankara did, a great favor to us, he wrote one text called Tattvabodha. So if one is aware of all the technical terms, then one can read any scripture from anywhere. So this is what we are doing now. So Krishnanji took the first topic, or the Tattvabodha first topic is goals of human life. So we have seen dharma, arth, kam and moksha. So basically there is only one goal, moksha. But since the seeker is immature, Veda introduced 3 more goals. Dharma, arth, kam. Because from the very beginning, if the first session say moksha is the primary goal, half of the students will disappear. So what happens? Scripture, the rishis were very smart. They say everybody is after big house, big car. So tell them there's nothing wrong in having big house and big car. You enjoy your life. You have dharmic. By dharmic way you earn, the dharmic way you spend, by dharmic you invest, you enjoy your life. Nothing wrong in that. Veda give the stamp. Yes, this is dharmic, you can do it. We will see all these things in detail later on also. But the Param Purushastra, only one goal we have, which you call moksha. In fact, in Vedas and scriptures, there are many places the plural goals doesn't come. Only the goal singular comes. So one may get, since we don't know Sanskrit and ignorance is bliss there, so when we read that, we don't know whether this is plural or singular. But those who have understood the Sanskrit, they say, how come goal is mentioned? So there are 4 goals. But those rishis were very smart. So thanks to the parampara, thanks to the rishis. So moksha actually include all 3 goals. Moksha is actually include all 3 goals. So moksha is the only goal by which we need. And how you define moksha? One simple definition of moksha is unconditional permanent happiness. Moksha is unconditional permanent happiness. Moksha is that if you achieve, if one does not attain moksha because one is always free, but let's say if one attains moksha, then is always free, always happy, always cheerful, always joyful. Now, if you want to find out in the world what you will get, is forget the moksha part. Let's keep the scripture aside. In this world, what you achieve, which will give unconditional permanent happiness. What? $1 million, 5 million, 10 million. I'm talking US dollars, huh? $100 million, 1 billion. I'll keep on increasing and there'll be no answer. So there's nothing in this world which can give me unconditional permanent happiness. So what should I do? I need to do something, and some action is required. So I take refuge in scriptures. I ask scripture, please guide me. How do I achieve this stage? What should I do? So Krishnanji took the second topic, which I'll call scripture, which will call Shastra. Now I'll take little bit of explaining Sanskrit terms, because what happened, we have been colonized for 770 years. So because of this colonization, there a lot of khichdi has been made. So we got thoroughly confused. So I'll make these things also clear. Now, what is the definition of Shastra? Scripture. The definition of scripture is which guides a human to attain moksha. If that particular book does not give the guidance about moksha, that is not Shastra. Though as per Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma, all books are sacred. All books are worshipped. Everything is worshipped. Saraswati, no. So we have everything. So all books are sacred. Physics, yes. Maths, yes. Accounting, yes. All are sacred books. But those are not a Shastra. Shastras are which one? Vedas. Krishnanji must have told you Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, and Brahma Sutra, and other Shastras also there. These are the Prasthanatrayam and other Shastras also there. So any other book which doesn't prescribe how a person will achieve moksha is not Shastra. There are many other things, the points are there, but let's go by this point. Then there could be some holy books. Those are holy books, but not Shastra. One must understand clearly difference between holy books and the Shastra. Since this is the online session, I will not go about the holy books because I cannot go. We have our own restrictions. Hope you understood. So Jainism, Sikhism, Buddhism, Hinduism, these 4 dharmas have scriptures. Because these 4 dharmas, something very common called moksha. All 4. Though Buddhism doesn't recognize Ishvara, and Jainism has a lot of other theories which doesn't gel with Vedas, but we do recognize those also as Shastra. But these four only have Shastra, not others. Okay. So this is about our scriptures. Get this understanding very, very clear. Then last session, Krishnanji took Varna Ashram, Varna Dharma. Varna Dharma was very, very important. This is a journey of individual from Gun Shudra to Gun Brahmana. In scripture we say, Jayate Janma Shudra. Everybody is born as a Shudra. And then one graduate from Gun Shudra to Gun Vaishya to Gun Kshatriya to Gun Brahman. That is the journey of life. And one should attend the Gun Brahman ASAP. Nothing wrong. At the young age, if somebody is Gun Shudra or Gun Vaishya or Gun Kshatriya, nothing happens. At the later stage, at least in life, he should attend Gun Brahmana stage. Now let's take this 4 stage very briefly. And I don't know whether you will understand, but I'll take very high speed, Lamborghini speed. Let me see whether you can take. Gun Shudra is Tamsik, Rajsik, Satvik. Gun Shudra is Tamsik, Rajsik, Satvik. Gun Vaishya is Rajsik, Tamsik, Satvik. Gun Vaishya is Rajsik, Tamsik, Satvik. Gun Kshatriya is Rajsik, Satvik, Tamsik. Gun Kshatriya is Rajsik, Satvik, Tamsik. Now Gun Brahmana is ultimate Satvik, Rajsik, Tamsik. These are the 4 classification done for entire humanity, whether he is a Hindu Sanatani or not. These are the only 4 classification possible. There is no other classification possible. So basically, a Gun Shudra who has a very little element of Satvik, then slowly he or she graduates and one becomes Gun Brahmana, which is called SRT. SRT stands for Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. No. Cricket we will see in the afternoon, not now. Now you have to, this is the Veda session going on. So SRT stands for Satvik, Rajsik, Tamsik. So a person should be predominantly Satvik. Actually, if you see our life, when a young person life, I will not say, a morning we are Gun Brahman. We get up, we do Sandhya Vandanam, our puja perform. We are Gun Brahman, Satvik activity. Then they start Kshatriya activity. We go to office, we do some work, we help people do Kshatriya activity. Then slowly during the afternoon, we say, what happens to me? What will happen to my saving? How do I have a big car? When I move from this apartment to better apartment? So all these things come. So I become Gun Vaishya during the evening. And in the night, when I'm switching the channels of TV, I become Gun Shudra. The all 4 stages of life in one day. The problem is not that I am not Satvik, but the Satvik status I cannot maintain throughout the day. That is my problem. So this is what also we have seen. So with this little introduction, I'll start with the ashram dharma. When we ask scriptures or Ishwar or Guru, hey Guru, please tell me, how do I attain this moksha? So Guru says, okay, now I will teach you the scriptures. Now scriptures provide the infrastructure to attain moksha. Nowadays, infrastructure is a big word and the government is doing a lot of good things. Without infrastructure, there is no growth. If a country has to grow, the infrastructure has to be very good. And if a dharma has to prosper, infrastructure should be there. So our rishis have made the Varna Ashram Dharma. These are the highways where one travels. National highway, NH1, NH2, NH3. So last time Varna Dharma was discussed. Today we'll discuss Ashram Dharma. So as I mentioned, every human, the main goal is moksha. Why moksha? Because everybody wants to be happy. Everybody, without any single exception, all people wants to be happy. And moksha is the only way to get unconditional permanent happiness. Otherwise, what happens? This world, anything you do, it comes with a package. So anything you do, it comes with sukh and dukh both. You buy a house. For sukham, we buy the house. But there are maintenance issues there. So yeah, if you stay, problem. If you give on rent, then also there's a problem. Some problem other will be there. They say the number one activity which gives the maximum benefit to person, maximum happiness, is child. There is no other thing which gives the so much happiness. But you know what happens when the child becomes teenager? Now somebody asked me, a very young person, how do one become a devotee? A very young person got recently married. I said, don't worry, you just manage. Once your child becomes teenager, you become devotee. Because when the child is teenager, he is out of your control. You cannot control him. You cannot do anything. So only option left is to pray. So you pray, you become devotee. I told him, wait for a few more years. When a child becomes teenager, you will become devotee. Don't worry about that. So I'll be taking some little jokes also. That is my style, what to do. So what scripture has done? Scripture first recognized earth and calm as goals. First thing scripture did, yes, you want a big house, big car, nothing wrong. Earn by dharma, spend by dharma, absolutely no problem. Krishna says there are 4 types of bhakta in Bhagavad Gita: Arth, Arthate, Jigyasu, Jnani. All 4 are dear to me. So stamping is given. So even if one follows earth and calm only, he is a devotee. So then how do the people how the sadhak or how the spiritual progress will happen? So here scriptures very smartly give us something called sugar-coated pill, which is ashrama dharma. So, okay, you follow your goals, whichever goals you like, and live your life. But scriptures know, Guru knows, Ishwar knows, this person has to attain the moksha. So this ashram vyavastha has been designed in such a way that once enter into ashram dharma as an immature spiritual seeker and comes out with a mature spiritual seeker, or we can call it jnani, he will attain the moksha. So there are 4 stages are there: brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha, sannyas. We will discuss all these 4 stages as mentioned in the scriptures, and I will address some contemporary issues also, and I would request you to join with me, and we will have a little discussion or questions, anything is there. Because nowadays, like I was discussed with Shekharji regarding sannyas stage. Now, how do a grahast will enter into sannyas? What are the norms? What are the code of conduct? What are the policy and procedures? We will discuss this point also. So, first stage is brahmachari stage. So, brahmachari is basically very simple, a student life. A child is born, so he goes to the school. So, there are 2 types of learning should happen One is secular learning. Secular learning in the sense he should take some profession for earning, which is very, very important. Very, very important. Again, I am telling you. And he should take the profession as per his liking. Her liking, his liking, he should take up the profession. All professions are good. All professions are good. Why I'm saying this second, I repeated this sentence twice. You take any profession, in that profession, you become the world number one. There's a tons and tons of money is there in that. Any profession you take, only in that profession you become world number one. So as a gym instructor is there, who give the gymming instruction, gymming to celebrities and politicians. His house is in crores. He drives German car. He is a gym instructor. But he is world number one gym instructor. So point is, whatever you like, you should take, but it should be dharmic. It should be Ved Vihitam. It should not be unethical, immoral, and not. It should not be. One should not follow any tradition or follow any profession which is not as per Vedas. So this is fine. Now with this secular learning, nowadays emphasis is not given on dharmic learning. Somehow this is missed. As I mentioned, we have been colonized for 770 years. Our entire infrastructure of Vedic Gurukulas have been completely destroyed. So there is no Gurukulas available now. So the child goes to school. There is no dharmic learning is there. So the parents has to take the responsibility of dharmic learning. But this is required, yes, very much required. So what in the common today, what people can do, a young parent, what is advised is, let them go to some classes like Punya Vidya or Chinmaya classes. There are many organizations, those who conduct classes for children from 5, 6 to 15. Because once the child enters 10th grade, he is extremely busy. He or she extremely busy. 10th, 11th, 12th, he or she will not have much time. So basically and that age also they become teenager. So that another issue is there. So basically from 5, 6, the teaching should start. It should go up to 14, 15. After 14, 15, you got to pray. So 5 to 15, there are 10 years available to you, 10 long years. So what you can do, you can send the child to any of these classes. We used to conduct Punya Vidya classes in Dubai for so many years. And we, as a teachers, also benefited a lot. I don't know about the students, but yes, teachers got benefited. But yes, the students also got benefited. So basically, suppose somebody staying in Germany, some Czechoslovakia, Poland, some country, where are there no facility available, what you can do? So what you can teach them Stotra. You can teach them Bhagavad Gita. Teach them means only Paranam, only chanting. 5 to 10, 5 to 15, let them chant. Let them by heart. Let them by heart all the shlokas, all the stotras, Bhagavad Gita. Either parents can teach or they can appoint a teacher. If teacher is available over there, if teacher is not available, there is something called Zoom. So a coaching can be taken. But I would request all the young parents to do this. If nothing is available, assume nothing is available, teach your child Bhagavad Gita. Let by the age of 14, 15, let the 18th chapter by heart Bhagavad Gita. Then you leave him. 15 to 25, he will not do anything. Unless you have some great person has come to your house. After 25, he has by heart everything. He knows all the shlokas, entire 18th chapter by heart. So somewhere he's read some shloka and needs some meaning. Then say, oh, I should know the meaning. Then he will come. Then we have Bhagavad Gita commentaries written by Pujya Swamiji, 4 volumes. Pujya Dayanand Saraswatiji's books are there. Swami Paramananda's lectures are there. So he will read. He will read, and that's how the things happen. So 5 to 15, let him by heart. Another thing which scripture mention is, we say Jayate Janma Shudraha. So what happened? Every child is tamasic. Please don't get angry. Your child may be sattvic. I am taking 99.99% children are tamasic. They will do whatever they want. What is the quality of a tamasic person? A tamasic person will do whatever he or she likes. That is the quality of a tamasic person. And what is the quality of a sattvic person? A sattvic person will do action which are in the harmony with the society. So children will play hide and seek in the temple. The temple is supposed to be the place where one should worship, but they will play hide and seek because it's a nice, huge temples are there. The Vigraha is there. Behind the Vigraha also a lot of space is there. So this is the good place to hide. And then they play. Then the parents will stop them. So this is what happens. So a child cannot become sattvic. Stages is basically from tamasic one become rasic. And from rasic one becomes sattvic. One cannot become from tamasic to sattvic. So what happened? The best way to become rasic is to do all this kirtanam, bhajan, chanting, all these things. Because a rasic person, all the 3 parts of the body, watching, seeing, listening, thinking, all should happen. In sattvic is the person who is very, very mature. He can listen to a lecture. A rasic person cannot listen to lecture. A rasic person cannot sit. Many people find it difficult to sit. They do chanting while roaming around. Many people, because they cannot sit. That much rajas is there. Nothing wrong. Shastra do recognize that a person can be rasic. If a rasic person do the chanting this way, nothing wrong. But one has to become sattvic one day. So the stages, in this stage, the child is introduced all the shlokas and all, where the child learns. Or you can send the child to some classes, and another dance classes, Bharatanatyam all are there. Bharatanatyam and all. You can send your girls over there. That's also a very good thing. But basically, introducing them our dharmic system, not Upanishad. No Upanishad teaching to children. Unless in your house Adi Shankara is born. Because that is forcing a child. When any festival is there, we are supposed to pray during those festivals. The Diwali night is very, very important for prayers. But you cannot tell a 5-year-old to pray. Let him burst crackers. Let him eat sweets. Let him enjoy. For him, there is very hardly any prayer. Only for the puja, for few hours he will be sitting. That's all. Once the puja is over, he is a free man. He is attend moksha. He will go and play. Let him go and play. Don't say you sit with me. We will chant 1001 names of goddess. No. It will not help him. So basically, this is the stage where you introduce rituals to young people. So you say, do this. You do this. So that's how they are learning the ritual. How they will learn ritual? Because parents are doing rituals. If parents are not doing rituals, a child can never learn ritual. And rituals are backbone of the society. Rituals are the backbone of the society. I will take 2 minutes about ritual. See, for any religion, there are three main pillars are there. Rituals, I call it parampara. Second is values. Third is darshan. Actually, the word is darshan, but I'll use the word philosophy. Because we are so colonized, if I use the word darshan, no, people will not understand. So I have to use the word philosophy. So every religion got three pillars. Rituals, values, and philosophy. So when the Britishers came, they wanted to destroy Hinduism. How do I destroy it? Very difficult. So they sent one person called Macaulay. Macaulay came and found out that these people's philosophy is better than ours. Philosophically, these people are much ahead of us. He's written those reports, and the reports are filed with British. Still, these reports are there. He was, I think, Madras Presidency's head. So you cannot touch philosophy. Since you cannot touch the philosophy, you cannot touch the values, because values come from philosophy. Since you cannot touch the values, you cannot touch the rituals. But he says, let's start with rituals. Let's destroy rituals. Once rituals are destroyed, religion will be destroyed. So like Tilakam. Now, women or men also, they don't put Tilakam, because what has happened, slowly, the Tilakam ritual has been downgraded. There are a lot of things they will tell, like, nowadays available in Delhi, you cannot fire the crackers. So Supreme Court of India, which does not have time to listen to, there are many important issues, but they will have a special session to listen to what is the length of Dahiyandi in Mumbai. So attack on rituals. And Hindus are somehow, I don't know, I don't want to say anything. Then my blood pressure goes up. My blood pressure should not go up, no? So all the rituals are attacked. It's systematically. So they know very well. And this has been going on for 770 years. So don't worry about that. So if parents will follow the ritual, a child will also follow the ritual. So this is the thing. That is the stage of brahmachari. Oh my God, half an hour over. Then comes the next stage, which we'll call grahastha. So grahastha is basically the age where the person will get married. And he will have a married life. Now, grahastha, the primary goals are prayers, artha, kam, and punyam. So grahastha's role is to earn money righteously, spend money righteously, and invest money righteously. We'll discuss about investment. Someday we'll discuss about the investment also. Since I'm from the field of finance, we'll discuss a little bit of investment. Some other day. We'll have a lot of other session in the future. We'll discuss. Grahastha ashram is the backbone of society. Because that is the only ashram which earns and support other three ashrams. A brahmachari doesn't earn. Vanaprastha sannyas also, they don't earn. So grahastha is the person who earns. That is why a grahastha who follows dharma is equal to nitya sannyasi, as per chapter 6, Lord Krishna says. Lord Krishna says, who is the nitya sannyasi? Nitya sannyasi means always a sannyasi. A grahastha who lives according to dharma. So when the chapter 6, the nitya sannyasi, Krishna is explaining, all those commentators who were basically sannyasis, their hands are shaking. Because they're writing who is the Nitya Sannyasi. A Grahastha is a Nitya Sannyasi. So if a Grahastha living life according to Dharma is according to a sannyasi, he is as good as sannyasi. Not as good as sannyasi, he is a sannyasi. So Grahastha basically does all the rituals. Entire Veda Purva section is written for Grahastha. Vedas are divided into two parts, Veda Purva and Vedanta. Veda Purvas are those sections where Karma Kandas are discussed, so that one achieves results which are required for this world, worldly actions. So somebody wants to have a lot of money, Veda prescribe what puja he or she should do. This is Veda Purva. Vedanta is portion where the Upanishads are there, which discuss about Ishwar and Brahma and Moksha in detail. So Grahasthas primarily, they do all the rituals because Grahastha has to manage also his house, no? All Grahasthas should be financially sound. And the financially sound is so much that when they become Vanaprastha Sannyasa, they should be financially independent. All Grahasthas. That is their primary goal. Let me repeat again. All Grahasthas should be financially independent during Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. Otherwise, Vanaprastha Sannyasa will not happen so effectively. Since I am from the field of finance, I will be addressing all the issue also. Now, in case of Grahastha, very beautifully, our scriptures gave the Vedic lifestyle. Actually, in case of Grahastha, there is nothing secular. All the activities which Grahastha does has the element of Dharma. All activity. All activity starts with shlokas, bhajans, and afterwards dinner. Dinner where you chat, you discuss politics, you discuss all the things. But initially, any activity you take, some pujas, some kirtanam, something will be there. They know very well, scripture, this fellow is not interested in moksha. What should be done? So they have introduced this sugar-coated pill. So what happens if a person follow Vedic lifestyle throughout his life? By the age of 60, 65, he will attain that maturity, I call it spiritual maturity, that he will be inclined toward moksha. That is how the Vedic lifestyle has been designed. So you buy a car, but before you start, you have to do puja. Every Dashara, you do puja of your car. You own a factory, no problem. You build a factory, first you do puja. Then every Dashara, do the puja of your factory. Nothing wrong, you must have. So all Grahasthas should be, I normally used to say, all Grahasthas should be millionaires. All Grahasthas should be billionaires. All, without exception. Without exception. And I am telling as per scriptures. There is a beautiful dialogue between Shivaji and Tukaram. Shivaji went to see Tukaram when Shivaji became the king. He goes and prostrate in front of Tukaram and say, because you have sant like you, we could be dharmic and we could rule the kingdom dharmic way. Tukaram said, no, Maharaj. Because of king like you, we sant can perform our dharmic duty. If you listen to those conversations, they're so beautiful. So the point is, why I'm telling you all should become rich? Because dharmasya moolam artha. Unless money is there, dharma cannot be protected. So one has to become rich. What has happened when these Britishers came, they saw all these things. They say there the concept of moksha is there and Upanishads are there. Let's give this teaching to immature people and say, why you are doing? You should not become rich. Ultimately, one has to become sannyasi. You have to renounce everything. So why to become rich? They don't want India to become rich. So if you're not rich, you will not have a strong army. If you're not in a strong army, anybody can control you. This is what has happened. Actually, we had a very good army, but they had a better army than us. Or what it may be. Let's not discuss that. The point is, if you have to protect dharma, finance should be there. Finance is important. For the grahastha, which is more important, the Upanishad or finance? I'll leave it on you. Let's discuss this later when Krishnanji is there. I don't want to hijack Krishnanji's this important. Finance is equally important. A grahastha has to live a dharmic life. A grahastha has to follow his swadharma. The swadharma is a big topic, and in Bhagavad Gita we'll discuss the swadharma in detail. But what is the swadharma of a grahastha? To earn money. Okay? And follow all the rituals. So it should not happen. He is so busy in chasing money, he follow rituals and dharmic life. This should not happen. So this is the grahastha ashram is there. So grahastha, if a person follows the grahastha ashram list from 25, 30 to 60, 65, he will be naturally thinking, what is moksha? What is Upanishad? I should know. And if the parents are smart enough to, and they have taught all the shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, and if the child has done the Veda Upnayana as per Vedas, and he do the Veda chanting, then he will 100% will go into this path. So 25 to 60, he will do the scriptural study as a grahastha, and by that 60, he is ready to form vanaprastha. So third stage of ashram vyavastha is vanaprastha. Vanaprastha is basically going to vanam, going to forest. Nowadays, it's not possible. There are hardly any forest left, and we cannot go to forest. Our lifestyle is like this. Forest, the Wi-Fi will not be available. That's the biggest problem, actually. Otherwise there's no problem. Whenever we go anywhere, we ask, is the Wi-Fi available? Like I went to Ladakh, and I suffered a lot because Wi-Fi was not available. Food we can manage, but the Wi-Fi should be there. Without Wi-Fi, we cannot survive. So vanaprastha is the stage where the handing out, taking over starts. Now the next generation is smart enough. Children got married. Son and daughter-in-law and son-in-law, all are earning. They are living dharmic life. Now the time has come to hand over and do the scriptural study in detail and attain moksha in this life. So basically, here the gear is shifted from prayas to shreyas. In grahastha, the gear was arth, kam and punyam. In vanaprastha, it is dharma and moksha. So basically, a vanaprasthi should be inclined more toward dharma and moksha and less toward the worldly things. But let me tell you something which normally people misunderstand. You are a vanaprasthi. We'll discuss sannyas also later. Okay, let's discuss sannyas, then I'll discuss this point. So this is vanaprastha. Because a person cannot, from grahastha to sannyas is not possible direct. So there was one stage is kept in between vanaprastha. So all mother-in-laws who are listening to this, one day they have to hand over keys to their daughter-in-law. And handing over those keys, very important keys, is very difficult. Now we'll discuss that also, how to hand over the keys. So last stage in this ashram dharma is sannyas dharma. In sannyas dharma, that person is totally hand over everything to next generation, and he is completely dedicate his life to moksha. That's all. Now here a couple of points I would like to mention here. First and foremost, vanaprastha sannyasa, your act, your conduct should be according to society. That means when you attend any function, you should be properly dressed. Assume your son has become the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Your daughter has become the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar corporation. And there's a party is thrown. And you are being invited. Your son is invited. Appa, Amma, please come. How you should be dressed? You should be dressed very nicely. You should dress according to the prestige of your son or daughter. You cannot say, I am a vanaprastha sannyasi. That is at home, not here. I will not name the businessman, a very rich businessman in India. His father is not there. So mother is a widow, correct? But okay, I'll name it, Ambani. Ambani's mother is wearing diamonds worth crores. Not lakhs, crores. Why? Because to maintain the standard of her sons. Very, very important. This is the biggest problem. As soon as people retire now, they don't live in style. Style should be always there. We are Krishna's devotee, no? Krishna's devotee. We should be in style. Internally, I am a sannyasi. Externally, I have to act according to society. Now, when we talk about the time is there still. When there was sannyas dharma, I'll take 1% sannyas little detail in contemporary way. And I'll give the example also. What is sannyas ashram? Sannyas ashram is living in your house as guest. Living in your house, your son's house or daughter's house as guest. So you sit there. If your son, daughter, daughter-in-law, son-in-law ask you something, advice, give them. If they're not asking, don't give to them. Point number one. Point number two, if they're doing any wrong things, guide them. According to me, you should not do. That's all. I'll give a classic example. In 2007-8, when there were financial crises all over the world, all major banks are falling. Citibank was in liquidation. Which bank? Citibank. In 2008, Citibank was about to file a liquidation. US government saved Citibank. So assume you are a vanaprastha sannyasi. You devote your maximum time on scripture study. 2000 or 2001 to you become the vanaprastha sannyasi, and 2008 comes, and your son comes and say, okay, I got the job as vice president in Citibank, option number one. Option number two is State Bank of India. And I'm joining State Bank of India. What will you do? You will shout at your son, are you mad? You are joining State Bank of India? Citibank? No. You are joining Citibank. The son say, Appa, you don't know. The days have changed. The Citibank is filing bankruptcy. They are going to liquidation. So basically what I'm trying to tell, since you move from society, you may not know what is happening now, what is happening, current affairs, what is happening. Your son and daughter, they know more than you. So listen to them. If you can contribute, fine. If you cannot contribute, keep quiet. That doesn't mean you should not contribute. So with this, let me stop here. Any question we can take? Any question regarding this ashram dharma?
Ashmiji, it was a wonderful session with a lot of laughter and jokes. We really enjoyed actually. It was a refreshing session on a Sunday morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Thank you very much for this very nice session and very joyful. And you express all these things from heart and a lot of joy and jokes, and to express all these things the realistic way. Greeting to everyone. So this is really great, like you expressed everything so nicely, and that our this Varnashram, and then how this in 50 and 70 years it were destroyed. Like say where I am sitting, if we see the other cultures, like how strongly they are maintaining their culture. If we put the tilkam, like I don't put, if I put here, then like head will be there or not, because different kind of things. But the point what I am trying to say, that how they maintain their culture. Like I am there in the university, and you see that what we say Gurukula, like in our society, like our, it is destroyed. Like we blame that it is destroyed 50 or 100 years earlier. But now we ourselves, most of our, society is destroying themselves. They don't understand it clearly. Like here it is like here still, like we have university level. It is designed such a way that half part is men, half part is women. And so still they maintain their culture so nicely, wearing the dress code in the university, wearing the dress code, and maintaining the culture. If you go in any school, any university, like India, we talk too much about this, but practically, like we see, if we go, like say other parts, like we of course can criticize and tell, but the realistic is that how they maintain their culture, wearing the clothes. Even if you go like in any school and maybe college, we will close our eyes because of things. But here everyone you'll see, whether it's come to the dress, every, like say how they design, even in the university, half part is just like say for men, and how half part is women. Still there's like say what I try to compare, like is like say this what we Gurukulam, which we supposed to do that. So this is something I wanted to really comment on. So thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it for this nice learning, and we express our gratitude to art, that this is really great that we are learning. So in fact, one of the biggest problem what we have is that the difficulty of learning. We can do all other things, unfortunately chanting, but we don't focus that what we are chanting. If we are chanting something, many of us will not understand what is the meaning of chanting. At least some point of time we should get the meaning of chanting. If we cannot understand the meaning of chanting, then how the Lord will understand the meaning? So at least at some point of time, we should understand the meaning what we are chanting. What rituals you are doing, try to understand at some point of time that what we are doing, at least we try to understand. If we do not understand, then how Lord will understand? So in the beginning, it might be understand that child or but at the age of 1+3, we should able to understand. That's the meaning of this scripture, that if we read something, like if it is like any textbook or anything we are reading, just reading, but if you are not understanding, it doesn't convey proper meaning. So that's why, like, if we read scripture, if we don't try to understand, don't try to follow, don't try to listen our gurus, our all these knowledgeable people, then the things doesn't achieve the acquired what we should be able to do that. So thank you so much. I don't want to take much of time, but I really greatly appreciate for all joining this session is like very important. That's like life opening, and slowly we purify ourselves and try to achieve our goal of the life. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate everyone.
Thank you very much.
Shekhar-ji called my name, and sorry that I could not hear. Great to Shekhar-ji, Mata, Lata-ji, and everyone. So,
Thank you.
To
Thank you. Nicely you mentioned. Yes. Here I would like to say something. See, the sessions which we are taking, what Krishnaji is taking, if you attend this session and revise properly, I can guarantee you, you can read and understand any scripture. Point number one. Point number two, see what has happened. There are certain people who give lectures. One day they will discuss about Chama, second day discuss about Moksha, third day discuss something. It's not that. In our case, in these sessions, it's very structured. We know the entire syllabus. We know what should be taught. We means parampara. When I say we, it doesn't mean we. We means parampara. The parampara which the Swamiji started, and start from the Adi Shankara, this parampara, the syllabus has been known. So once it has been taught properly, there is no confusion left. Then only practice will be left. You will know everything. You can take up any scripture and read. This is the beauty of this teaching. So each and every, like when I say Satvik, Rasik, Tamsik, you should know. And if you know Brahmacharis, Grasta, Vanaprastha, Sannyas, you should know. If a Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha, as soon as the term has been told, if one get the meaning, if you get the meaning properly, crystal clear meaning, you can read any scripture.
Very important.
And now the next few sessions, it will be very, very interesting, and we will discuss a lot of other things. And we will compare this with science. We will compare Vedic system with the science, and Vedic system, how the contemporary, as you rightly mentioned, about the rituals. We should not leave our rituals. This is what you told is very, very important. And if you think any ritual is useless, ask. Because all rituals are based on values. If you do Namaste, there is a value and there is a philosophy for this. So everything is there. Only we should know it. And slowly we'll know. We'll all know. Thanks to our parampara.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate. Thank you so much. Hari Om.
So with this, should we stop? Any more questions? We can stop here because it's already 8 o'clock. Some Grasta will have some tight schedule today. Okay, so let me stop here and let's chant this. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.